This is about defending democracy. This is no longer Democrats versus Republicans. What do you want your kids to believe in? There must be give and take.
This is White Flag with Joe Walsh.
I think a smile matters. And I say that as a former angry Tea Party warrior. Kamala Harris smiles a lot. She laughs. I think that matters. I think it helps. Her vice presidential pick, Tim Walz, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz smiles a lot. They both smile a lot. And you're going to see for the next 92 days of this campaign, you're going to see Kamala Harris and Tim Walz out there every single day, smiling, happy warriors, presenting to you, making the best case to you about why they love this country so much. And they'll do it every day, and they'll say it every day with a smile. They'll be happy. They'll laugh. You contrast that with Donald Trump and JD Vance. Trump doesn't laugh. Trump doesn't smile. JD Vance doesn't laugh very much. JD Vance doesn't smile. For the next 92 days, we're going to see Donald Trump and JD Vance out there every day, campaigning with scowls on their faces and complaining and moaning and bitching about America and all that's wrong with America. And then you've got Kamala Harris and Tim Walz out smiling every day, talking about why they love this country. I think it matters. I think the smile matters. I think the joy matters. And again, I say this as someone who was known of as, the righteously angry Tea Party firebrand. When I was in Congress, when I ran for office back in the day, I got angry a lot. I got righteously angry a lot. I yelled. I screamed. I went after people. But I often did it with a smile as well. Not as much as I should have. I learned, because when I went to Washington, I had a mission. Right before Trump, I wanted to burn that place down. We were bankrupting future generations. I was pissed off at Republicans and Democrats who'd gotten us to this point where we were in debt, and our future generations were going to become indentured servants because of all of this debt. I was pissed off, and I went to Washington to raise hell. I wish I had smiled more. I wish I had been more of a happy warrior. I've learned to become more of a happy warrior. And I've really learned to appreciate the contrast we have in this race. I was at the Philadelphia rally yesterday. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, their launch rally in Philadelphia. Place was packed. There was joy and happiness among the thousands in that auditorium. And if I had $1 for every time Kamala Harris and Tim Walz laughed and smiled, I'd be a wealthy man this morning. The joy that these two presented. Plenty of disagreements on policy. I'm not a Democrat. But I think this matters. I think this contrast matters. A ticket, the Democratic ticket, out campaigning joyfully these next 92 days, against a Republican ticket, out campaigning, and they won't be together. JD Vance and Trump, guarantee you, will not be together as much as Kamala Harris and Tim Walz will be together. Together and joyful and happy. They feed off of each other. You don't see that with Trump and Vance, but Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, happy warriors campaigning joyfully, versus Donald Trump and JD Vance, angry, bitter, pissed off, campaigning with scowls on their faces. That contrast. We've got problems. I get and I understand, Lord knows I do, why average regular Americans are angry. We're living in a populist moment. I've talked about this for years, right? We are living in a populist moment. Average regular Americans are angry. Their lives, their country, their world is changing too damn quickly, and our political system has not changed to meet these changes, to help these regular folks understand what's going on. And this has created real justified anger among regular people. This is the moment we're in, a populist moment. I've talked about this for years. I'm a populist. I get it. The Republican Party, Trump and MAGA, take this populist moment we're in right now, where average regular Americans are justifiably angry, and they demagogue this moment. Republicans do, Trump and Vance and MAGA. They use this anger to try to further divide us, to try to increase hate and increase the anger. They demagogue this populist moment. The Democrats haven't recognized this populist moment. The Democrats haven't understood this populist moment. The Democratic Party has had a problem. They've been too elitist, not understanding how regular folk feel and why regular folk are pissed off. Tim Walz comes from regular folk. Tim Walz is a populist. He's a left of center populist. I'm a right of center populist. But he's a happy warrior populist. And you can see now that he will help the Democratic Party recognize this populist moment, and instead of using this populist moment to increase the anger, increase the hate, and further divide us, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are going to use this populist moment to try to bring us together, because they're going to talk to us, talk with us, listen to regular folks, and they'll do it as happy warriors. They'll do it with joy. They'll do it with a smile on their faces. They will use this moment, this populist moment, to try to bring us together and heal and fix things. And they'll do it all with a smile on their face. We're all warriors in this game of politics. We can choose to be ugly, divisive warriors or happy warriors. You have that contrast, American voter, this election. Walz and Harris are happy warriors. Don't believe me? Watch them every single day. They'll be out there smiling. I'm Joe Walsh. Thanks. This is White Flag with Joe Walsh. Joe Walsh White Flag at gmail.com. All one word if you want to email me. Joe Walsh White Flag at gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow White Flag with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been White Flag with Joe Walsh.